Good afternoon, traders. This is Z with eminiwizard.com and marketwizards.com. And it is the 19th FOMC day of December, and it's almost 3:30. A reminder. It's a risky business. Use risk capital you can afford to lose if you are playing this game. Come a long way since that 29.47 high. And at that point in time, we had suggested that perhaps the market had hit its target and we would be looking for 29.30, which was actually our target. And if we got below it, we would look to be selling rallies and trying to find support. Since then, we are still doing that. And to be sure, there have been days when there have been up thrusts, but lately the game has turned and the bots have been selling the rallies. Today was an example, I believe, of the head fake trying to take out all of the position shorts and then the retreat. And this is typical of a Fed up day. We wanted to see that 81 hit. We'd actually had a target at 87 we wanted retested. And then we thought above that would be dicey. Anywhere from 88 to 95 we thought would be the correct shorting zone, and then see what happens. Nobody can predict that we're going to come all this way from that, but we did have an inkling that once we stalled on the bounce at 68, that the high was in, and just got to leave that 62 resistance and see what happens. When you get near a 100-point trade, you have to show some respect. And that was the first thing that I noted. We had targets on the way. Once we got below the 25, we felt that the 09 was the next significant target, 9.5, and then actually had a 24.99 a quarter target. And then obviously the 100-point became a lot more obvious, and so we decided to use a support we thought might hold for a bounce. So we felt that this next box in here would be the correct box to make sure you're paid. 81 area, a support. We've actually got an 83.5 target that we thought would be supportive. So we said, let's use that, and if they hit it, so be it. We suggested if anybody had taken buys against this earlier, only try once or twice, and if you guess wrong, then just stay sidelines. This happened to be, if you have profits from a short side swing, you could take a few of those and try going against the grain, but we'd suggested make sure paid by 15 to 21. Here's a 2-minute chart that I've been looking at. You can use a 1 if you like in a fast market. I like 2s, but the 1 certainly has been working, as you can see. And once we were able to get a bounce back that held and came back in underneath the blue line, then that just triggers this big sell. And really the first target for us was try to knock out those 30s. We felt that was a high odds trade today to knock that out. Once we got momentum coming back. Sure didn't look like that this morning. But we felt Fed Up was the typical play where they knock out stops and then they'll take it backwards after they do that. And that's where Charlie gets hurt. Charlie tries to buy the longs, not realizing that was the setup. And this chart was the one that I was looking at, trying to understand the rotations and understand where pivots might come in. This 62 bounce back, I was trying to read between these two lines and say, okay, 62 to 65, maybe they can get back up there at that 68. But look to hit the bounce one time, since we already knew that it was a pretty good sell. And so we went from the high to a low and then back, and so take one more shot and see if you can catch that first pullback and come with the trend. And then the '09, you can see our 9.5 target right here. And then obviously the 83.5 below that. So that's pretty much what I was looking at in terms of a bigger position idea. And you really do have to follow the boys, the OTF, that look at the bigger targets to help understand the smaller rotations. And with the E-widget, it's a snap to take a look at the relationships as they keep printing, no matter how fast. There's a 100-point range, and I'm in control the whole time of the field of vision and what I'm looking at. Maybe not necessarily my trading, but certainly with the analysis part of it, you're going to get caught here and there guessing wrong, and you go sidelines, and then you try another shot. Once you see it break this 35 and start bleeding down, you don't know how far that's going to go. I had a pretty good idea that we would test 2,500, and below that would be good fortune. Once you get into about 10 points away from that target, you want to make sure you're paid. You can see how fast it does dry up in here. And a reminder, we've got some holiday specials going on, and if you have any interest whatsoever in our products or services, take a look. Welcome your questions. Don't have all the answers, probably have more questions ourselves than answers, but we do try to help our traders and try to help traders grow beyond their limitations, and we are humble and accepting of the fact that we don't know it all. There are many good traders out there that you can learn from, but you really do need an education before you dip your toes in this water. All right, this is Z signing off for eminiwizard.com and marketwizards.com. And I am reminding you to use risk capital you can afford to lose if you play this game. Hope you had a great day.